Sharon Osbourne has finally broken her silence, and the entire world is listening. Just hours after the tragic news of Ozzy Osbourne's death swept across headlines on July 22, 2025, Sharon responded in the most understated yet emotional way possible. A two-word reply, "Bless you," left on a heartfelt Instagram tribute by Gavin Rossdale. That was it. Just 2 words from the woman who stood beside Ozzy through 6 decades of chaos, fame, love, and pain. And yet, it said everything. It was Sharon's first public reaction since announcing the death of her husband, the Prince of Darkness himself, the man whose voice defined generations and whose life was anything but ordinary. Ozzy Osbourne passed away peacefully at the age of 76, surrounded by his family in their Buckinghamshire home. His death, though not entirely unexpected given his long public battle with Parkinson's disease and other health issues, still hit like a thunderbolt through the music industry and beyond. A family spokesperson confirmed he was with his beloved wife Sharon and their children Amy, Kelly, Jack, and Lewis when he took his last breath. In a joint statement, the family said, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey." He was with his family and surrounded by love. That love, built over a 63-year-long marriage and decades of shared stardom, was palpable in every tribute, every comment, every headline. In a particularly emotional moment, Gavin Rossdale posted a photo of Ozzy with the caption, "Ozzy was always so warm and kind and funny. I'll never forget our talks. Rest in power." Sharon's "bless you" was a thank you, a goodbye, and a prayer all wrapped into one. And then came the wave. Tributes flooded in from every corner of the globe. Black Sabbath, the band that launched Ozzy into superstardom in the late 60s, posted a simple but powerful message, "Ozzy forever." Those 2 words have since become a rallying cry for fans across continents. Metallica praised him as a mentor and pioneer. Elton John said, "He was a true legend. His humor, his grit, his spirit, there will never be another." Pearl Jam's Mike McCready recalled how Ozzy was one of the few musicians who truly understood what it meant to suffer and to shine. From Youngblood and Billy Joe Armstrong to Ronnie Wood, Dee Snider, and Questlove, there wasn't a single genre untouched by Ozzy's impact. Just weeks before his death, on July 5th, Ozzy performed one last time at what is now being called his final curtain call, Back to the Beginning, a massive concert in Birmingham reuniting the original Black Sabbath lineup for the first time in 20 years. Seated on a throne, his voice still strong, Ozzy delivered a solo set before breaking into Sabbath classics like War Pigs, Iron Man, Crazy Train, and ending, fittingly, with Paranoid. The crowd, more than 60,000 fans, watched through tears and thunderous applause. That night wasn't just a concert, it was a farewell, and now we know it was his goodbye. The guest list read like a rock and roll hall of fame. Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Steve Tyler, Dolly Parton, and Elton John all showed up to honor Ozzy. The event raised a staggering £140 million for charities close to Ozzy's heart, including Cure Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Acorns Children's Hospice. It was his final gift to the world, a night of music, unity, and philanthropy. Behind the scenes, Sharon had transformed their home into a place of care and tranquility. Despite his declining health, she made sure Ozzy never felt like he was battling alone. Sources close to the family revealed that she never left his side. Through surgeries, treatments, and countless hospital visits, Sharon Osbourne was more than a wife. She was his warrior, his nurse, his shield. Their love story, turbulent at times, had stood the test of fame, addiction, betrayal, and illness. And in the end, love won. Ozzy's passing has ignited a global moment of reflection. PETA thanked him for speaking out against animal cruelty. Parkinson's advocacy groups called him a beacon of bravery. Even on shows like The View, Whoopi Goldberg paused the program to remember him as one of the most iconic rock and roll stars in history. Chris Martin from Coldplay took the stage in Nashville and led the crowd in an emotional rendition of Changes, dedicated to Ozzy. The entire stadium lit up in tribute. With an estimated net worth of $220 million, Ozzy leaves behind not just a musical legacy but also a fortune that will support his wife, children, and 10 grandchildren. but no dollar amount can measure what he gave the world. He gave us rebellion, emotion, vulnerability, and power, all wrapped in black eyeliner and studded leather. As for Sharon, her silence was never about distance. It was about grief. Her two-word response, "Bless you," said everything. It was her goodbye, her love letter, her final bow alongside the man who made her laugh, cry, and rage for over half a century. The world may have lost Ozzy Osbourne, but Sharon Osbourne lost her soulmate. And that's the thing about legends. They don't just leave behind music. They leave behind echoes. And Ozzy's echo will never fade. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.